Okay, so the second equation that we need to know in practical electricity is how to calculate your electrical energy. So electrical energy can be determined by E equal to PT. Because just now we know that power is the rate of energy supplied, right? So of course when you do your cross multiplication, you will get E equal to PT. And since we know that power is equal to VI, so that's why there's another form VIT. Of course, there's two more forms, I square RT, or one more form is V square over R times time. So for energy wise, there's always a time associated with it, right? Okay, so energy, of course, we know is in terms of joules, right? The power watts times second, V and I, volts and current, ampere respectively. Okay, so let's determine how do we calculate the energy in terms of joules. Okay, what is the energy used by a 2 volts bulb in 1 minute? So we are given the potential difference, and of course we are given a time and a current of 0.5 ampere. Okay, so for these three components, you will need to be sure that this 1 minute but you must convert to 60 seconds. So energy is equal to VIT. So V is equal to 2, T is 60 seconds, and I is 0.5 ampere. So it's roughly 60 joules. Right? So that is how we calculate energy in joules. Okay, so there's another unit for your energy, which is in terms of kilowatt hour. So kilowatt hour is actually an energy unit, but it's not an SI unit. Joules is the SI unit, but kilowatt hour is a commercial unit. So you will see kilowatt hour quite frequently in our daily life. For example, your electrical bill. Your electrical bill is always presented in terms of kilowatt hour. Because why? Because 1 kilowatt hour can encompass such a big value of your energy in terms of joules. So of course, if let's just say my electrical bills, right, if they put in terms of joules, the electrical bill might have many zeros behind, right? So okay, so that is for 1 kilowatt. So 1 kilowatt is actually in terms of power. Then for hour is time. So that is why kilowatt times hour is your energy. Okay, so maybe I derive this 1 kilowatt. How do I derive from 1 kilowatt to joules? Okay, so it's very simple. So first thing, you will see this kilowatt. So 1 kilowatt is the same as 1000 watt. It's something like 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. So that's the meaning of 1 kilowatt. Okay, what about hour? So you notice there's an hour here, right? So hour means 1 hour. 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. Okay, so of course you multiply them together. 1000 watts multiplied by 3600 seconds. Of course you will get a energy of 36 with 50 behind. Okay, so this is in terms of watt second. But of course, watt second we know is actually joules. Okay, so that's why 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 36 with 50 joules behind. Okay, so let's calculate energy in kWh. So what is the energy used by a 1500 watts? So we are given a power, but this power is in terms of watts. Okay, so of course running for 8 hours. Okay, 8 hours is the time, right? Okay, so first thing, we want to find energy in terms of kilowatt hour. So it's very important that you must convert your power, right, in terms of kW first. So 1500 watts is equal to 1.5 kW. Then after that, for 8 hours, right, so just multiply by 8. So energy is equal to 1.5 kW multiplied by 8. So you should get roughly 12 kWh. So that's how we calculate kWh. Okay, So let's try it yourself one. Okay, so for this try yourself one, given that the electrical energy costs about 25 cents per kWh, means that 1 kWh of electrical energy costs about 25 cents. For the total cost of running 8 60-watt lamp and a 3000 electrical watt kettle, 3000 watt, 3000 watt electrical kettle continuously for 8 minutes. Okay, so let's determine the total energy in terms of kWh first. Okay, so we have 8 60 watts lamp. So one lamp power is roughly 60 watts, right? Okay, of course 8 lamps is equal to 60 times 8, which is roughly equal to 480 watts. So next thing will be 480 watts you convert to kilowatt. So it means that you divide by 1000 is 0.48 kW. Okay, so let's determine what is the energy in terms of kWh, right? So 8 minutes, so this in terms of minutes, so we must convert to your hours. So 8 minutes is roughly 8 divided by 60 hours. Okay, so the energy used by 8 lamps, right, is equal to 0.48 kW times 8 over 60 hours. So it's roughly is equal to 0.48 times 8, 60. So roughly you'll get a energy of 0.064 kWh. So next will be a very high power electrical kettle. So high power electrical kettle is 3 kW. So I don't convert anything first. So for one kettle is roughly equal to 3 kW energy. Energy used by one kettle, 3 kW times 8 over 60 hours. So you will get roughly, let's see, 0.4 kWh. So if you add these two up, you will get roughly 0.464 kWh. So this is the total energy used by both your electrical kettle and 8 of the lamps. So next thing we want to calculate is the money. So they say, 25 cents, 1 kWh cost me 25 cents. So what is the total cost I must pay? So the money will be equal to 0.464 kWh multiplied by 25 cents. So you will get a rough, you need to pay roughly 0.464. So roughly you need to pay 116, or of course you must make it into 2 dp because money only 2 dp, right? So 12 cents. Right, so that's how we calculate the kWh money.